Hello, this is an instruction on how to um, use the Zipforms digital ink Esign software. Um, so basically, once we get into um, our account and create a transaction, let's go ahead and create one. You have to choose a category, obviously a name. Uh, I personally like to put client's name, and well, you could always use a template. Let's do a sell. So in here, we have the summary. Uh, we can use the MLS Connect, which will populate some information from the listing if we use the MLS ID. In here, we can start inputting the parties to the transaction, but it's not a necessity. We can do it directly from documents. And in here, we're gonna start filling out. So in here, we're gonna start filling out uh, the documents. The template already gives you some basic ones, but if we go to up top on the right to all forms, here you have the libraries. Well, you can select all. Obviously, I have a lot more libraries than usual, but that's because I'm an admin. But if you go to all, you have all the libraries um, that you have, and then you can start looking at um, the forms that are available and the ones that you need. You could type in their name, right? Start looking for them. For example, if I put home inspection, and then you start looking for it, right? Sometimes the names are, they do change, have changed over time. So, uh, sometimes it's just the best way is just to go through the county forms or the uh, commission forms, which are the MAR, and just start looking for what's available, what may apply. And well, then to fill out the forms, once you have them here, and you just have to go click on one form, uh, and then you can start adding the other ones. These are the ones that are in the transaction, so you can start adding them. Put the contract, this whatever applies, right? The conventional financing or FHA, escalation or property inspection. Well, this is the notice, but the addendum. And then here you can start, you know, uh, put them in different order, but you can also take them out. And in essence, you're gonna want to fill this out as you need, and then start scrolling down, right? In here, if you put the name of the client, uh, then it will populate it everywhere already. So you don't have to be going through each forms to put the information. Now, if you do use the MLS Connect, even the property information, the agent information, the listing agent's information at the bottom, it will also it'll also be input. So that does help a bit. Obviously, you want to go and make sure that everything it's right? You don't want to just trust the system. But in essence, this you will do this until you have all the forms, right? If you go back, the workspace will be safe if you save it. And then, for example, we needed another form, right? So then you can go and find another form, and then if we click on it, then the system will tell you want to open in your previous view, and my answer will be yes. So start a new workspace, right? So just to add it to what I was already working on. And then you have the form at the bottom. You can go scrolling down from here, just click on here, and then just fill it out. Once you finish that, then you want to go to prepare signing up top, and just let it create a folder. But you could always decide where the forms will go in a specific folder, but this will automatically, if you don't select nothing here, it'll automatically create a form. uh, and then just click create, and then it's the authentic sign from the system um, that you automatically have with this account. And as you can see, the here you cannot make any changes, right? They are kind of PDF uh, format, so we cannot type in directly the other way from the previous window. Just clicking on the spaces, it wouldn't open a text. But you do have these capabilities to you can still put text here. For example, yeah, in documents you can add here documents and then go to import, and then this will take you to your computer, right? Files. For example, here will be a way to add for example, the disclosures that it's in PDF form. But you could have also added the same way on the previous window, okay? But you could always add it even here, just the disclosures. Will be in PDF, right? So you still have to fill some information. But we first want to go to signer, and in here add participant, uh, add from transactions. By then there should be some. Well, the thing is that I never really added much information about them, so there's only me as the agent. Uh, so what I want to do uh, is to then create add new Smith, and then you want to get the email, right? Click save, and then if I put assign, yeah, it would assign it as buyer one. Usually, if you're using from transaction, right? At transaction, they already have the buyer, selected if you put it in there. But in this case, since I'm adding just a new, then I had to select it. And then the system will populate all the information, right, for the buyer in the forms. It wouldn't do it on the PDF, for example, in the disclosures, but the forms that are from the software, it will populate basically the signatures or initials. Now, the thing is that it will do it everywhere. It does save you some time, but you still want to go and check. For example, right, this is an example. You have an initial both in attach and decline, right? And it's either or, so you definitely want to erase it, right? In the one that doesn't apply, right? Um, just make sure that, right, for example, in yeah, even in the escalation, right? It's initials are everywhere. So this you'll see it in every form, and you can just click on the initial or signature, and then you hit delete, or just while you click it, then hit the delete button on your keyboard, and it will just erase it, right? I usually like do it with the keyboard, and that's it. So another thing that you have, right? It's the full name. You can use it. If, for example, if we get to the disclosures, let's say we had the disclosures here, um, and we wanted to add the name. A quick way will be just to full name and just add them and put them there. And then if there's some information, some text that you need to input, even that you forgot to fill out, or in the disclosures that, right, you couldn't add text like in the previous view, then we want to use markup text box, and it creates a text box where you can put it anywhere you want, and then just basically add text, right? And then you have the auto date too, which once they sign, it'll create the auto date. Uh, well, the email address, right, if you needed to put, but and then you have the initials that you can do it manually. The e-sign. This text line is different. It's something for the person that you're sending, whether the buyer or seller, for them to fill it out, and it'll be a required, right? If you click on this, you can see that you're sending a required, or if I unclick the required uh, option, then it would not be required, but they still have that text box for them to fill out, right? Uh, then you have these check box, the drop box, but usually you'll be using these two, and then if you wanted to do text, right, fill it out yourself, you use the markup, which is just for you to add text. Okay, and once you are done, in filling out and putting all the signatures, you want to go to next, and yeah, you have the expiration and reminders, and then you're just gonna click send, and then the email will be sent to them and to sign. Now, if you wanted to check the status, you want to go to summary, okay, and then in here go to eSign in progress, view all eSign, or you could have gone just directly to eSign too. I'm sorry. And here you see the package that was created just now, 6 minutes ago, and you can go in it. Let's say you forgot to add something, and then you can go to reset it. If you reset it, it still be saved. The signature will be saved, and I will show it in a bit. But if you, for example, they didn't get the email and you want to resend it, or you made a mistake in the email, right? You can always edit it here, right? And then click save, or in this case, there's no change, so I'm just gonna click X, right? But if I was to change it, then I can save it, and the automatically the new email, the correction, once it's made, it'll send the system will send an email again. But you can always resend the invitations through here, okay? And then once you reset, if you reset, let's say we forgot to uh, put an initial something, then you'll get back to this window, the one we were previously in, and in here you can modify it. But the changes, the inputs, signatures and initials, everything you did will still be will still be in the same place, right? So in here you can add documents, perhaps maybe that you wanted to add uh, to the file, or make any changes, right? And then you click next, and then it will resend the invitation again. Once they sign the document, it's completed, right? By all uh, basically parties that you included to sign, including yourself, right? If you need to sign, then what you'll get, it's basically a folder like this, and then inside you'll have all the forms signed. So, and what you want to do, of course, in that window, to put the files together, you will just click them. Uh, then you want to save them all in once, perhaps in a PDF, to send it to the client, right, or to somebody, um, the listing agent, perhaps, if it's working with a buyer. Then you click Save My Device, single PDF, and in here you can select the order, right? You can move things around, and then you click Save, and then you can click Download, and the file will be downloaded. Okay, well, I hope this was useful, and but if you run into any questions, feel free to reach out.